very excited to have my next guest join us. She's a very talented singer and songwriter on the rise. It is Maris.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am great. I've been very excited to meet you.
Really?
Here you are in the
flesh.
flesh.
My goodness, yes.
And I love the attire. You look amazing.
Thank you. I painted this jacket. It's actually in the Heavenly Bodies and the False Idol music video.
I see the False Idol
yeah.
on the right-hand side here. That's beautiful.
All these little Easter eggs.
How long did it take to put this together and find the patches?
Oh, I mean, well, so none of these are actually patches. It's all acrylic paint. And I went through a big, I kind of get obsessed with stuff, and then that's all I want to do for 2 weeks. So I went through a big jacket painting phase, and so I found this jacket, and I was like, that's perfect for the False Idol vibe. And then, yeah, it probably took me 3 days on and off, letting it dry, going back to it, painting over it. But what's nice about leather is it dries really quickly. Acrylic paint on leather dries super quickly. So.
Is this a jacket that you've owned for a while and decided this is the one for the video?
I love thrift shopping. So I just kind of go and I touch a bunch of stuff and I kind of look at the textures and the colors of things. And then if it's in my price range, because, sometimes vintage gets crazy expensive. So if it's my price range, then I take the dive, and I love jackets. It's kind of my weakness. It's a good jacket.
Are you one of those people that's like, man, if I was born in any decade, it would not be this one?
No. I love the music and the style of the past, but there's things like navigating with maps on my phone.
Well, if you were transported back to the 60s, 70s, whatever.
Yeah.
With the technology of today, if you
okay,
were Marty McFly's sister,
okay,
with the DeLorean,
and what's the stitch on feminism and human rights?
You're still in that era.
Okay, so I think I'm good here. No, yeah, but I do love the music of the 70s and the 60s, and especially
artistically.
The 80s. Artistically, yes.
It must be interesting coming from a small town in Montana.
Yes, Missoula.
I had to look it up on the map in terms of the population.
Yeah.
What
is the population?
It's less than 50,000 or something like that.
Yeah. Great place to grow up, though. Missoula is kind of the hippie bubble. Missoula and Bozeman are very they're college towns. Lots of cool music, lots of cool food. So yeah, I think I'm very grateful to be from where I'm from, and I miss my family every day.
As a little pocket of weirdness, it's like Austin, Texas. You
yes.
Keep Austin weird, right? And everywhere else is kind of conservative and things. What about the influences that seep into and inform your style of writing songs as well as lyrics?
Yeah, I think I go through phases where there'll be 5 songs that I listen to over and over and over and over again until I move on to my next group of 5 songs. So it really depends on what I'm listening to when I'm writing something. For a while I was listening to a lot of the Spotify 50s love songs. Was what I was listening to when I was painting, and so then that seeped into how I was writing when I'd go into sessions. But I'd say, especially for this project, I listened to a lot of Bleachers. I love Jack Antonoff. Gone Now is my mac and cheese album.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I'm I don't know what to do. Everything is changing. I literally just put on Gone Now, and I'm oh my God, he's been there, and that's the comfort in it. So lyrically as well as sonically, definitely Bleachers. I love Lorde, Amy Winehouse, kind of the standard lyricists that take mundane moments and make them super colorful and saturated, and that's something that I aim to do when I'm writing a lyric. Is how can I make this moment feel so diary entry, so candid, but also so vivid and colorful that you can't help but picture what's going on.
It's always been said that you have to be vulnerable in your music and
yes.
honest and things like that.
Totally.
When writing a song, how do you find the universal truth, though? That's where it really resonates with other people.
Can I be woo-woo? Can I be super woo-woo?
Please.
I think we all are the universe. And so if you just say what you're going through in a super honest way, usually somebody else will resonate with it because it's the universal human experience. Even if the details are different, I think we're all going through the same things at different times, or at the same things at different times in our lives with just different circumstances. Loss. There's the human experience that can be broken up into larger categories, but then in the minutia of it is where the magic happens and is where beautiful songs are written, because it's how did they know that that's exactly how I felt, even though they experienced it across the country at a different time in their life, and all these things, So I kind of, to be super, about it. I think that...
No, I'm very fascinated by this because I feel like I've had a lot of conversations, especially during the pandemic, where what is going on with our lives? Are we in a simulation?
Totally.
Do you believe in existentialism?
I believe in the multiverse theory, is what I'm going to say. I think that there's many ways that things can go, and I think you're in control of how you react to situations, and then from that, it branches off into new timelines. So like, there's a timeline where I became a professional soccer player because there was a point in my life when I was really good at soccer and I was like, maybe I should like try to get a scholarship from this. And then I chose music instead. So I'm on this trajectory. But I don't necessarily subscribe to any particular, school of thought, but I feel it out.
It's good to know.
It's good to know.
It's good to research these things. Like I said, I was really into it over the last couple of years, and I find that very interesting. And so when let's get back to your music, when it applies.
This is a very good conversation though. I'm actually, this is awesome.
I think people are more interested in this.
Yeah.
And by the way, she's a musician who makes great music. You have to listen to Crashland.
I'm also a scientist. Thank you.
Hippie, scientist.
What else can she
multiverse expert.
Messy dressing room
Messy
expert.
dressing room. Acrylic painter on leather.
Yes, exactly.
Crashland. False Idol was my introduction to you.
Yeah.
And it's great that you're wearing the jacket.
Yeah.
The jacket.
The jacket.
Right.
And so basically, actually, speaking of multiverse theory, so I've had the amazing opportunity and like genuinely a dream come true of co-directing a short film to accompany the EP. And so all of the music videos that are out right now tie together with like, I think it's like a German saying, but I read it in a book one time that's like the red thread that ties everything together. Crashland is about the ups and downs of being in a super toxic dynamic, and False Idol is about freeing yourself from it. Heavenly Bodies is like the first discovery of the thing, which is why in the music video I go into the ocean and then I come out with this like meteor that fell from the sky that pulled me out of bed to go get it. And then in Crashland, I can destroy that because I'm like, I'm free from this. And then I'm not gonna spoil anything, but in the 2 music videos that have yet to come out with the intro to the EP and the outro, the outro, it kind of ties this whole thing together as its own universal loop. And so the end of the last music video ties into the beginning of the first music video. So you can watch the whole thing on loop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's its own timeline.
Yeah.
And, hopefully I've solved the question I've been asking in the whole thing, which is like,
what is the meaning of life?
What is the meaning of myself in love?
How long did it take to put together this concept? I feel like this
gosh.
is something that's based on your life, so it must have been pretty quick.
It happened in stages. I think I had the concept for a long time. I knew I wanted to make a short film because I love movies. Like I'm a big cinephile. And I didn't have the language for it necessarily, which is why working with Caro has been so amazing because she really helped me like, A, find the right people. B, she made the first couple storyboards from vision. Like I love PowerPoints. My team knows this. I love a PowerPoint. So she helped me take PowerPoints and put them to shot lists and then eventually I just started to like do that stuff myself, like just take the template and all these things. And so that's been another part of it, like learning what actually goes into making a movie.
A lot of artists have definitely taken hold of their direction or their vision of what they want to convey in videos and the video realm.
Yeah, it's a massive part of it.
And everything, right? Were you making videos when you were younger?
Yeah, my dad like lives in the middle of nowhere, or used to. He sold his house, but he used to live in the middle of nowhere. And I would walk around the fields and like go up the mountain and come back down and just be like singing to myself and like, kind of thinking of all the things I would want to make. And then when I actually I think I got an iPad before I got an iPod Touch. It was on like the first ones. And there is in my YouTube, or privated, there's a few videos that I've made of like just running around my house and like I did like a cover of One Direction One Thing, and like did all these different angles and like, yeah. So I've always loved to do it, but these are definitely better than the ones I've made by myself before. I have also been guilty of just shoving a camera in my friend's hand and be like, just hold this.
Yeah.
Let me just fuck around for like 20 minutes, just hold this, and then editing from that. But
that's so rad.
Thanks.
That is
Do you like movies? You like cinema?
I love watching movies. I'm not into the technicalities of it. What about you?
Oh man, I mean, it depends on what category.
Comedy.
Comedy? Hot Rod. Have you seen Hot Rod?
No, I
Andy
haven't, but I've
Samberg?
heard
Oh my
about
God.
it. Yeah.
Jess and I have been. Jess is my keys player. We've been like touring, and we both love Andy Samberg, and we both love Bill Hader, and we love Hot Rod, and so we were watching it today, and anybody who has seen it will know this scene where he's just like, "Get out!" And we comment all the time, like reference that fucking scene. He's like tears streaming down his face, but yeah, probably Hot Rod, comedy.
Interesting.
Bill Hader, Stefan. New York's hottest new
I am
club.
not a hater, but
You're a hater of Bill Hader?
But you're the first Bill Hader fan I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Yes.
No
in my
way,
life.
dude.
Yes.
Damn. Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be your first Bill Hader.
Yes. Yes.
Well, you're a Bill Hader.
I'm not a Bill Hader. I am a Bill liker. It has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been so great.
Meeting you.
So great. Wait. Nice. I like that little flair you added at the end.
Welcome to San Francisco.
Thank you.
Look forward to the EP.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck with everything.
Yes, thank you for having me. This has been a really great conversation. I love that we talked about like all of the dorky that I was super into.
I love it.
Cool.
It is Maris right here on B-Sides.